We are glad that you have come to share this week. We thank you for revelation. Church speakers will come in here as we come to say, let us go back to church. Praise the Lord. Amen. God kept us with pandemic time, the COVID time. And we gotta let God know we got the faith in Him. We're gonna give God praise. In a time like this. Yeah. Tonight we saw our first guest that she speaks is the first day that we go back to church. So my boot, my honey. And that's again to introduce her. And our first guest that she speaks is Sister Diana Magruder Hall. So we're gonna have to be on here.
Amen. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Chelsea, in this section. I appreciate it. Father, we pray that you will open our atmosphere to the Universal Church for even ourselves.
Yes.
Amen. So that part of the thing is the return. The church is coming back together. And the question becomes, why? Why coming back? Coming back to the same old thing.
All right.
Think about it while I share with you. All right, so it was spring break. My husband treated the children and I to an evening at Chicken and Pickle in Grand Prairie, which is a place where they play pickleball. So the way I explain pickleball is that you're playing on a tennis court, but just half the tennis court with great big paddles and a pickleball. There's all the holes in it. And so it had its rules and all this kind of stuff. So he's playing pickleball and he and my daughter teamed up against two of our sons. And the ball that went over the net. Now I'm looking at that ball, if it were me, I'm looking at it and going, yeah, that ball just gonna have to go out of bounds because I'm not going to. So my husband is more competitive athletically than I. And so he lunged for it and then he turned around because he said it felt like somebody had hit him in the back of the leg. Someone explained what's going on. Short of that, when we move, we say, oh, our muscles are connected to our bones. But they're really not, because muscles and bones are two different. And so instead, we have two tendons. So on one end, the tendon is connected to the muscle, and on the other end, the tendon is connected to the bone. And occasionally, if you move too fast, or if you move in a direction that it wasn't intended, there'll be a tear. So there's a tear between the muscle and the tendon. Sometimes it's partial, and other times it's full. And in either case, you have to have treatment. Now, my husband didn't know this at this time. He had just tweaked his ankle. He walked around for 2 weeks on that bad boy, including going up and down flights of stairs at the schools that he monitors. And on one day, it was just too big, and so he too swollen, and so we went to the urgent care, and the PA was like, oh my gosh, you might have a clot, and so we need to check to make sure you don't have a clot. And I was like, can you do an MRI? Because even after that, we still need to know what's going on with the back of his foot. And so one of his friends who played basketball was like, oh, what's this? That sounds like he ruptured his Achilles tendon. He's gonna need a boot. So I went online and I ordered a boot. Didn't know how to work this boot. So I went on YouTube to find out how to put the boot on. And we did that. He didn't like it. Because it's not only the boot, but also a cushion that's layered. So this is the boot. And the cushion makes your toes stand up. Ladies, we can relate to this. It's like when you got on heels, so put the boot on him. He's like, this feels weird. I'm not gonna wear that. So he did it. We finally got an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon, and he's like, you've been walking on what? I know. We find out for the first 8 to 10 weeks, he's not even supposed to be bearing weight. And he's supposed to be in a boot with crutches. So then he wore the boot and he used the crutches. And so in addition to this, he's told, you got to go to rehab. And so he went to rehab. And what she did was she looked at his condition, kind of assessed him, see what's going on here. And she used the information from the physician to determine what treatment to use. And so he would come back with a list of exercises he had to do. And at first, it was just to strengthen the thigh, the left leg, to make it strong, so that by the time all this is said and done, he could still use his leg. And there would be other people there at rehab with him too. They didn't all have the same problem, but they were in rehab, and the person with the therapist would work with him, and then go over here work with her. And sometimes you would recognize, that's the Tuesday morning crew. You're accustomed to seeing them, hey, how you doing? How's your treatment going? That kind of thing. Not only that, he became a part of what I call the fellowship of the boot. Because as he's walking around, people will come up to him. Sometimes someone will come up to him in a boot. Oh, yeah, man, I know what you're going through. I did mine about 4 weeks ago. So someone a little further along the path with the boot, they could tell him, hey, you'll get through this. And then you had some people that would walk up to him, they got their boot walk. Oh, yeah, man, I remember when I was in the boot and I had to go to rehab and I had to do those drills. Make sure you do those drills because they're important. They'll help you heal. And then there are some people that will be limping like him, no boots. Oh, yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. I didn't go to rehab as often as I should have. I didn't really like those drills, so I didn't do those. So, why are we here? Well, there is a holy God, and there's us. We don't connect.
Yeah.
But there's Jesus. Jesus connects to us and he connects to God. And occasionally we will see something that for us is our bounds. And we go for it anyway.
Come on now.
And now we have sinned against God. Now, if you have a saving relationship with Christ, you don't completely rupture the relationship, but you have torn the fellowship.
Right.
So you may not wear a boot, but you still have to be still and know that he is God. Because once you know, it doesn't just mean like some head knowledge, but some heart knowledge as well. When you know and completely understand that he is God and you are not, well, then you can begin to understand that you have sinned. And so then you go to church, and the physical therapist or the preacher will then prescribe what God is, the physician and God has placed on his heart. It can also assess the condition of the patient, the congregation, and apply a word. And then also give you something to do when you walk outside the door. Love one another. I did tell all the my disciples that we have love one for another. And so why do we come back? Because like I told you, I got on Zoom and not Zoom, YouTube, trying to figure stuff out. Needed a bit more help than YouTube could provide. And some people are like, I can watch it on the Zoom. Theoretically, you can. And the sick and shut-in list we have always had. If somebody on the sick and shut-in list, you take them a bulletin and a tape, and then a CD. But now they can live stream. So sick and shut-in, I can understand. We haven't made it back to the place. However, If you're going to work
My Lord.
and you're going to the mall
Yeah, my Lord.
and you're going to the movies,
Come on.
and I'm just saying, we need to see your face.
All right.
And when you are at church, then when you are in the place, when you're able to look at someone, because usually the camera's just aimed up here, but you can look at someone and say, so how you doing, sister? You know, and really look them in the eyes. Are you sure, you good? And so even though everyone doesn't have the same kind of issue that we have, then we can still relate to each other. And then there's that fellowship of the believers who are out there and who recognize one another. You see someone that's kind of angry or whatever, brother, I've been there. Yes. And they haven't been to the place to get the rehab and whatever that they need. Then we're able to say, you know, God has a word for that. For someone who is grieving, and there's been so much of that. But we can comfort others with the comfort by which we were comforted.
Yes, yes.
I've been where you are, not the exact same way. I don't know your situation, and even if I did, they're still different because we're two different people. But what I can tell you is that by the grace of God and the Spirit that's in His believers, you can and will get through this. So your fan might say, welcome to Marlon Missionary First Baptist Church. And your bulletin might say, welcome to Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church. And your sign outside might say, welcome to New Hope Baptist Church. And your marquee or your Facebook or your Zoom might say, welcome to Independent or New Magnolia Missionary Baptist Church. But if you were to read in the fine spiritual print, what you would see is, welcome to Rehab.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, come on, welcome to Rehab. We need a little thing. We need some revitalizing, some restoration. And the devil trying to call a terror in the atmosphere, but God, who is in catch him by surprise.